There you
Hi,
go.
everybody. We're recording now.
Yep. I see the little red button up there.
Yes, that indicates that we are recording. And tonight we are going to be talking about our immune system and how to support it. And I really like this picture of this skeleton type dude fending off all of those yucky looking things that are attacking him, right? Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah.
So, all right. So, what are we going to use? What is our go-to medicine when the ickies are attacking our household?
On guard.
On guard. Is that backwards? It's backwards.
No, it isn't.
Oh, cool.
That's right.
So you can see we want on guard. Now, if we look on here, are there supplemental facts on this on guard?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, there are. So what does that mean?
You can ingest it.
We can ingest it. Isn't that awesome? There we go. There's
Yep.
supplemental facts. Okay. So that is how doTERRA has made it super easy for us to tell whether or not we can ingest an essential oil. We don't have to go run into the book and look it up. We can just see if it says supplemental facts on there, we can ingest it. So I have Breathe here. Does Breathe have supplemental facts on it? No, it does not. So that means we don't want to ingest Breathe. So these are just little tricks that I want to share with everyone that you don't have to be too concerned. Now, what if a 4-year-old got a hold of the Breathe bottle and chugged some of it down?
It isn't going to hurt them.
No, it's not going to hurt. Just probably might burn a little bit, so have them eat a little bit of coconut oil or have them drink some milk or almond milk or something to help soothe that a little bit, but it's not an emergency room run by any stretch of the imagination. So, On Guard is our go-to product. And I'm going to share the screen again, and I'm going to have you look at this. This is all of the different On Guard products that they have. Now, this diffuser would be totally awesome. Look, I can make it jump. It's the little things in life that make me happy. So this would be. Hey, do either of you have this diffuser?
No.
No, I don't either, but I would sure like it, but I don't have that one.
My sister has it, and the one in Arizona, and she loves it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, someday I'm going to get that. So they have the On Guard Mist and On Guard Oil, On Guard Beadlets, cleansing, all of these things. So what is On Guard made of? Let's look. It is made of... It doesn't tell us there. Wild orange, clove, cinnamon leaf and cinnamon bark, eucalyptus leaf, and rosemary. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't sound very tasty, but I really like it because look at what I'm drinking right here. In my stainless steel bottle, I'm drinking... I put water in there, and this I think is like a 20 ounce. I'm not sure. I think it's a 20 ounce. Maybe it's more. But I put in 5 drops in here. And then if it's mixed with water, what's going to happen? It's going to separate, right? So I shake it, and then I take a drink of it. And stainless steel or glass, right? Why do we use stainless steel or glass?
So it doesn't seep into plastic.
Yep, it'll start eating the plastic up and aluminum, and then you're going to be drinking that, and that's not good. So it supports a healthy immune system and respiratory function. It protects against environmental threats, supports the body's natural antioxidant defenses, promotes healthy circulation, and it's very energizing and uplifting for the aroma. I love diffusing On Guard, especially in the fall and winter.
Yep.
It just smells like Christmas, doesn't it?
Yes.
So some of the different products that they talked about, the newest product, which I think is kind of fun,
Mm-hmm.
is the mist, the hand sanitizing mist or the sanitizing mist. It comes out in a very, very fine spray. You see that? It's really super fine. It dries really fast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's really, really nice. You can throw this in your purse, put it in your kid's backpack. You know, it's just really handy to have. And this is their newest On Guard product, which is totally fun. And then, of course, we've got the On Guard oil. We already talked about that. Now, in flu season, On Guard Plus pills are what we're going to want to be looking at. And the On Guard Plus, I was going to pull up that sheet.
Now my grandkids are taking one a day, and they're 12 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
But Mark takes one because he's 6. Either that or the beadlets. They ran out of the beadlets, so Marley's been giving him those, which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
The thing about On Guard Plus is that it also contains other things other than just On Guard. It has the wild orange, the clove, the cinnamon, the eucalyptus, and the rosemary, but it also has black pepper, which is really good to help get mucus out of your lungs. And it has oregano, which, what do we know about oregano? Antioxidant,
it's an antiviral.
Yes, and it's also one of the strongest antibacterials, too.
Mm-hmm.
And Melissa is also very good at supporting respiratory support and immune system support. So when you take On Guard Plus, you're getting, a lot more bang than just oregano. Now, what if you're taking, or just On Guard? Now, what if you're taking the On Guard Plus and it still seems like you're not able to knock this out? What do you think you would add?
Melaleuca.
He's so smart. You would want to add Melaleuca because Melaleuca is another really, actually Melaleuca and oregano work really well together to attack those bacteria that have been around for a while. And bacteria that has been around for a while start to get this candy coat shell around it that's hard to penetrate. And so they Melaleuca and oregano go in there and they break up that candy coating shell around that bacteria, and then they just obliterate the bacteria. It's really cool to see on the microscope. So if preventative, I would be taking On Guard every single day, a couple times a day, right? And then if you still get it, then I would go up to the On Guard Plus. And I would take that 2 to 3 times a day. And depending on the size, your size, you can take 1 pill 3 times a day, 2 pills 3 times a day. It's going to be good. And another thing that I really like is the On Guard droplets or throat lozenges or whatever they call them. These are actually really quite tasty, and they really help to soothe a throat that is a little bit scratchy.
I didn't know they had those. I knew they had the breathe ones.
Oh, yeah. They have On Guard ones too.
Oh.
Yes. And they're really good. I like them. And throw a few of them in your pocket, and then, it just kind of gives you that little extra help when you need it.
There they are.
Yep, there they are. And learn something new every day, don't you, sir?
I guess. I need to get those.
So here's another thing that I love is the hand sanitizer foaming thing.
Yes.
I really like the hand sanitizer foaming. It goes a long ways. I mean, it foams it so it doesn't. So when you get that, you get a big, like a jug, and so then you just open your little pump and you pour it straight in. You don't have to dilute it or anything. You just pour it straight in. To fill this takes about a half of that jug, and then And then, I have them at my kitchen sink and in every bathroom. I have those.
I dilute it.
Do you? How much do you dilute it?
I only put in a cup, an inch and a half at the bottom, and fill the rest with water.
Yeah. Do you ever
Yeah.
have to shake it
No.
What do you do, Stacy? Do you dilute yours?
I actually make my own. I have the pump bottles, and I make my own with On Guard and lemon. And so I make it with the Castile soap and such. But I haven't diluted this yet.
Okay.
So I haven't done that. But yeah, that's a good foaming soap. It really is.
It is.
It smells wonderful.
Yeah, I'm going to start diluting it and see, because, it doesn't take much On Guard to kill bacteria. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
No. Say that.
No, you didn't say anything. I didn't hear anything.
You can say
So it doesn't take very much On Guard. In that test that research did, they took a 32-ounce bottle and they put in 3 drops of On Guard, and it was enough to keep that countertop clear for 7 days.
I know.
Yes.
Growing. So it doesn't take that much. So I'm going to try diluting it.
Well, I didn't dilute the first big jug I got. And then Tamara and Mary told me, oh, no, you need to dilute it and blah, blah, blah. It's, so I've been doing that ever since. And the cleaner,
Yeah.
I dilute the cleaner too. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The cleaner is awesome.
That says concentrate on it.
Yeah, it does. And it does tell you to dilute it, like 2 tablespoons per.
Yeah.
16 ounce, is it?
What?
Is it 16 ounce? Is that like a 16-ounce bottle?
12 ounces.
12
And
ounce.
so it says to do 2 tablespoons for a 24-ounce spray bottle. 3 tablespoons for
Bathroom, I think.
It looks like you can wash dishes. What does that say to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it on my counter.
Yeah.
And I can go grab mine and read it.
Mine is not, well, it's like really faded. I can't see it. It's all faded because I've had this lasts for a long time.
It does.
This for a lot of stuff, and it lasts for a long time. I've had this for forever, and so my stuff is starting to wear off.
Oh, goodness.
So yeah, but you can clean your bathroom and everything. It's anyways, I can't read it. It's too faded, but it's awesome stuff. You can read it on your bottle when you buy it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Did you guys notice that when I was just ordering before the 15th, it kept bringing up this little blurb that said On Guard limit of 2 items.
I didn't see that.
But because I ordered, I think 2 of the hand sanitizer, it wouldn't let me order anymore.
Huh.
There's a limit of 2. And now, currently, if you do purchase it, you have to process it now.
Right, I did.
I'm hoping that it'll change soon. It must not be a product yet. But yeah, so I'm waiting until my order goes, and then I'm going to add it.
Okay.
Is that just the On Guard mist, or is that any On Guard product?
Oh, it's just the sanitizing mist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I did get the 2 and the other On Guard, the gel caps and everything else. So.
Well, okay. So, how many of you have used the laundry detergent?
I have not.
Me neither. I want to get it. I'm getting it next time.
Yes, you have to, because this stuff is awesome too. You just use a tablespoon. I have a high efficiency washer, and I use a tablespoon, and it really works well.
Good.
I really like it. Yeah, it doesn't give you that chemically smelly. Your clothes are not going to have a perfumey smell when they come out of the wash as it does when you use like Purex or Tide or whatever. But they smell clean. And
Yep.
then in order to get the smelly, then I put a couple drops of something, usually lavender, on my dryer balls and throw them into the dryer, and that gives them that nice pleasant smell. So
Yeah,
I have Purify in my washer.
yeah.
Instead of softener, I use Purify. And then I do have my dryer balls that I put Citrus Bliss on.
I've used that before too.
Oh, I haven't tried that one. Yeah, I'm just about out of my 7th generation because I do use natural, and I wanted to purchase the On Guard laundry detergent. So I definitely need to do that because I haven't tried that yet. But I do the dryer balls as well. But I've never thought of Citrus Bliss. I do lavender. So I just love it. I can't wait. Can't wait to try it.
Yes, it's really nice. It's really good. So
Pam, I'm reading about the hand wash, and nowhere in here does it say it's concentrated. And if it was, it would say, use how many, tablespoons per pump. So
I know I looked everywhere as well, and I couldn't see anywhere where it said to dilute it. So that's why I just poured it straight in. But
okay. Well, I'm going to probably dilute like half and half then.
Yeah.
Make it go further. It still work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll still work. Well, then, of course, as you all know, I love my Touch roller balls. And they have the Touch On Guard as well. And I really do like the roller balls. They're Touch means that it's mixed. It's already pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil. So this is really great for little kids, for more sensitive skin, for geriatric people. This is really good for that. It also just makes it go a little bit farther too, obviously, because it's diluted with fractionated coconut oil. But when I say diluted, that does not mean it is less effective. Okay. Diluted just means that it's going to like spread over a farther area, and it's going to be kind of time released into your skin. So it's kind of time released, but you're still getting a therapeutic dose of essential oils. So, okay, so I wanted to touch on some of the other support products that we have during this flu and cold season. So we talked about what to do if you're starting to feel icky. Oh, I didn't mention diffusing On Guard very much. So if you have you can set up a diffuser in every room, and you can have On Guard in any room that you're in, just plain On Guard. You can add frankincense to it if you want to. I know some people add oregano and melaleuca to the diffuser too, just to help clean up the air that you're breathing. One good thing to do. Okay,
I got to get water in my diffuser.
Okay, one good thing to do in like in your bedroom or your kids' bedroom, if you're kind of snuffly, is to put On Guard and Breathe together, because Breathe is going to help open up those passageways. And that's a really good segue into the next product that I wanted to feature is Breathe.
Breathe.
Now, as Shirley mentioned earlier, I didn't bring them down here, but Breathe does have some drops, like the On Guard drops. They're really tasty too. I like the Breathe drops, and they really help to just open up your air passages. Breathe, of course, is really good to open up your air passages, and I will just put a couple of drops on my chest, and then I rub it around, and then I wipe it right under my nose to help open up my air passages that way. And it's super effective. I really like Breathe. Now, they also have the Breathe stick. What are you diffusing today, Shirley?
Breathe.
So they have the Breathe stick, and my stick got a little, I don't know what happened, but anyways, it's kind of, where'd you go? There's just, it's kind of like, it's sort of like Vicks Vapor Rub, and it's real handy just to put on the chest, put on the bottom of the feet. Really handy for the littles. Yeah, and on your neck, right, Stacy? On the neck, it really feels, it's very soothing when you have that the feeling.
Yeah.
So what happens when Breathe doesn't open your air passages enough? What do you think we could go for?
Peppermint.
Peppermint, that's right. So peppermint is really going to open those air passages. And most of you have done this or seen this, but I'm going to do it for you right now. If you haven't seen this, this is called the emergency inhaler. And I'm using peppermint. And I just take 1 drop of peppermint. That's all it takes. And then I'm going to take the thumb of my other hand and I'm going to put it in that drop. And now I'm going to put that on the roof of my mouth. Tastes good. Woo!
Yeah.
That'll wake you up, right? So now I'm going to rub my hands together and I'm going to make a straw. And I'm going to put it over the palm of my hand and I'm going to do this. Oh, and that just goes right in there and just opens everything up. But it doesn't really get up into the sinuses up here. So what I'm going to do, hi.
Hello.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do it gently through my nose, okay? I want to do this real gentle. And that's going to really just open up your nasal passages. So you're opening up down here, and then you're opening it up here. And then what I always like to do, of course, is rub it on the back of my neck because it helps to alleviate tension. You know, also it helps to, it's very cooling. That menthol is going to release heat. So if you're feeling overheated, when you have this ickies attacking your body, then putting this, putting this on your neck and down your spine is a really good way to help release some of that heat. Okay.
It's also, oh geez, what was I just going to say? When you're tired, fatigue.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's just like right when I put that in my mouth, it was like, woo, I'm wide awake now. So yeah, it's a great thing to have in your car if you're on a long drive or if you have a commute where you start to get a little bit sleepy. It's really great to have peppermint. It's a lot healthier for you than down in a can of soda or something with tons of sugar and caffeine and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes when we have those ickies, we also, our tummy doesn't necessarily feel so good. Peppermint is really good for that, but another one is that's really good for that is digestion. Now, also when you get some of those ickies, you sometimes get really, really loose stool, and this is a great one to help with that as well. That's going to help to help support your system so that it can firm up that stool. And digestion tastes like black licorice. I don't care for the taste, but I will just put a couple drops on my tummy and then rub it around, and it really truly does help to take some of that nauseousness away. Also, peppermint does that as well. So
have you ever taken the soft gels?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. But really for our household, I use the Digest Zen a lot. And Charles, my husband had really, really bad heartburn, and he was able to alleviate that for the most part with the Digest Zen. He likes black licorice, so he'd just put a couple drops in his water and drink it.
Yeah.
But what he has found actually works best for him is the Digest tabs. Now he just takes 1 Digest tab a day and he's good.
I don't like the tabs.
I don't either. But
that's why I was going to try the soft gels maybe. I love rubbing it on my tummy though too. I mean, that works the best.
Here's what I do with the Digest tabs, because there are sometimes when I really am hurting and the Digest Zen isn't cutting it. I'll get my glass of water ready, and then I will put a Digest tab in my teeth, and I'll go crunch, crunch, trying to keep my tongue way far away from it, and then I'll chug it down because I really don't like the taste of those Digest tabs either. They're really strong minty. They're very minty, but they're also very black licorice-y.
Yeah, and I don't like black licorice.
Oh, yeah.
No, if it was red licorice, I'd be eating them all the time.
I know. So okay, so that's what I tend to do. Like to keep, like, right now we had some friends over last night, and they're visiting his their son down in like an hour away, and they came up here to visit us because everybody in that house was sick. And so they wanted to get out of the house and get away from it so they didn't get sick. So they came to visit us. And I just got a text from her today. We're so sick. So we're careful. And I'm like, all right. I said, everybody has to take 2 these, right? I'm like, everybody. And Charlie's like, I already did.
Yeah.
So he was already on top of it because, this is going to help. And then I'm diffusing On Guard upstairs, and I'm drinking On Guard in my water. And so I don't want to get that blacky feeling. I just don't. So I'm going to work on that. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen here again. This is a great, can you see that?
Yeah.
Flu bomb thing.
Yes.
So that's a great little rollerball recipe that you can have. And what would be really good is to like have your kids rub that on their bottom of their feet morning and night. And I would, I would tell them to put it in their pocket, and at lunchtime rub it on their feet or on the back of their knees or something during the day, just to help fight off any ickies that might be attacking them.
Yeah.
So that's a really good recipe right there. I was just looking at it. On Guard, melaleuca, lemon, oregano, frankincense. Like I say, melaleuca and oregano working together is going to kill those hard to kill bacteria. And frankincense enhances the other oils, plus it just boosts your immune system that much more. So that is a very good recipe to have. So I'm going to stop sharing. So Philip is joining us. So this is just another quick meme that I'm going to share here because I think it's really cute.
Well, it's basically that Monsters Inc. thing, but with an
I'm
oil.
sharing it. They can see it.
Oh, you can?
Yes. So that's the look on their face when essential oils worked, right? Have any of you ever seen that look on people's face? Like,
Yes.
It's just awesome, right? Yeah, you need to go. No, go.
He wants to help you teach.
I know. So, yeah, I was teaching, or not teaching, I had a booth on Saturday, and there was, it was really, really slow. There, like, I think maybe 3 vendors sold one thing each or something. I mean, it was really slow, but I had a great time because there was a lady who was there who was she was 86, and she was a quilter, and she had really bad arthritis in her hands, and she can't do so much quilting anymore because of arthritis, but she sells blankets, those felt blankets where they cut the edges and then they tie them together.
Yeah.
So she was selling those blankets, and she came over in the morning and she said, "Do you have anything that will help with arthritis?" And I said, "Oh, I do." I had her put a couple of drops. I put 2 drops of deep blue right there and there. And I told her to rub her hands together like this, just rub her hands together. And that covered all of her knuckles, everything, right? And then I just talked with her for a couple of minutes. I said, "Now, how is that feeling?" She's like, "Well, it's warm and cool at the same time. It's really neat. And I said, now I'm going to give you a pea size of this, a pea size of this deep blue rub. And I had her rub that over her hands. And then I said, now be very careful. Do not rub your eyes with this. And so then she came back a little bit later, and she was like just amazed because her hands did not hurt. For the first time in so long, her hands did not hurt. So then she was like, would that help my back? Because I had back surgery and I can't move very well. And I said, let's go in the bathroom and we'll put it on. And she comes out, I can move. I can move. I haven't been able to do this for years.
I love it.
I know. So it was so awesome. So she came, and I told her, look, if they start hurting again, come back. You know, I'm going to be here all day. You're going to be here all day. Come back if we need to reapply. Well, we did need to reapply it to her back, but not to her hands. Her hands stayed not hurting the whole day.
Wow.
Well, did she buy a kit?
Well, no, she wants to. She couldn't even do anything at that time. She's like, I need some of this deep blue. I need some of this deep blue. But I had to sell a blanket in order to be able to buy the deep blue. Well, at the end of the day, I went and traded a blanket for a deep blue rub with her so that she could have the deep blue rub. And I just talked to her this morning or yesterday morning, and she's like, I love this stuff. It's so wonderful. So.
I'm so glad. You know, Pam, the deep blue rub and even the deep blue is wonderful when you're not feeling well. When because right now what you're talking about is if you get sick, but when you have the achies, happens, that deep blue would be wonderful for that.
It is. That is a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
I've been taking the deep blue for head tension.
Mm-hmm.
It really seems to help.
The deep blue pills?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I like the deep blue pills too. We take those. But usually for head tension, I do my peppermint and aroma touch and deep blue. If I can't get the deep blue right there on those muscles at the back of my skull, that generally knocks it out. Now, my friend that came here yesterday, she had been dealing with a headache for 2 days. And so I put 2 drops of copaiba on the back right there. And then about 2 hours later, I remembered. And I'm like, hey, how's your headache? She's like, it's gone. So that was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I love sharing these products simply because they work, right? They work. So that's why I go out and I talk to people and I do booths, and I mean, it just made my whole day when that lady is like, I can move. It just like made my whole day. It was so awesome.
I love Fiba too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have you tried it?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you use it for?
I like it with the deep blue and the copaiba together for headache.
Where do you put it?
The back of my neck.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a computer all day, so you're all tense in your shoulders and stuff. That works. And I like it. Really enhances the deep blue too.
Yeah.
For her.
Yes, it does. It does work very, very well with the deep blue, and it works on its own as well. You know, deep blue works on its own. Copaiba works on its own, but together they do make a dynamic duo.
Yeah, I should say deep blue rub, not just deep blue. I've been using the rub because it's easier to. So
yeah. So have you suffered from those head things for a long time, or?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did they get pretty severe?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I still take medicine once in a while, but it has definitely minimized my dosage of regular medicine.
Mm-hmm.
You should try the deep blue capsules too, like twice a day.
That's my next order.
Yeah.
My husband's in a lot of pain too, so that's why I'm getting those tablets. So
mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
And they're only $20, if you're doing the LLV, then they're $20.
Mm-hmm. And the LLV is going to help with pain as well.
Yeah.
Because seriously, my husband, I haven't
started that. Just me. I just started last week, I think, or the week before when it came.
Yeah. And my husband, I usually fill those little containers with our daily dosage, morning and night. And for about a week and a half now, I haven't filled it. So we haven't taken the pill.
The old people pill containers.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes, I do. But it's so handy. But for the last week and a half, I haven't done it. And both of us can tell so clearly that we haven't been taking that LLV because it's hard to move.
Yeah.
Can't miss a day.
Yeah. And then frankincense is also a very, very good anti-inflammatory type product. So even taking a couple drops of frankincense every day or putting frankincense on the areas where there's a lot of pain, it's still going to get throughout your whole system. But, if you put it directly on your neck and shoulders, it will help there. It's also going to help other places, but it will help there too. But frankincense is a great anti-inflammatory. So, yeah.
It's in the copaiba for tendinitis too, which has been really has helped too with the anti-inflammatory.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That with that and frankincense for sure.
Mm-hmm. Lemongrass is really good with tendons too.
Yep.
So lemongrass is a great one to maybe add to that mixture.
And I was doing cypress too for a while.
Cypress?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. It's fun to experiment with it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's fun to see which works, and see if this works better and see, well, let's maybe add this. And that's what's fun about the essential oils is that you can do that without worrying about them interacting wrong or, whatever.
Right. I did I think it was me. I don't remember who I was listening to, but they were just talking about how everybody's makeup is different. So different people react to the oil, each individual oil differently.
Right.
Which was very interesting.
Yep. Well, and that's our chemical makeup is different. And then also the cause of our issue is different. What causes my head tension is probably completely different than what causes Stacy's head tension.
Correct.
The root cause of it is different. And so a different approach to helping to work it out is going to be effective, more effective depending. So yeah, that's why it's always good when giving a sample to say, look, if this doesn't work well with you, then come back and we'll try a different one because your system is different than my system. This happens to work for me, so let's see how it does for you, and if not, then we'll try another thing because there's lots of things we can try. Right.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's my little spiel tonight. I wanted to talk about the doTERRA products. I mean, of course, the doTERRA products, but the On Guard products, and then the other supplements that I like to use to help fight off the ickies. So if anybody has any questions or...
I have one.
Yes.
I was looking on, I don't know, some Facebook group I'm on, and some lady had been taking or using oregano daily.
Mm-hmm.
And her liver function test came back really high, and the doctor said that it was because of her high level of oregano that she'd been using, and she had to stop it. And some of the comments were in there were, yes, oregano is one of the oils that you're supposed to use limited use, 3 to 4 days at a time, not, and they acted it kind of sounded like there was a list of oils that you should use for 3-4 days at a time, not all the time. And it really kind of threw me off. I'm like, well, what are the other oils on the limited use list? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I have. And the reason that oregano it has that is because it is a very strong antibacterial. And as we all know, we're not supposed to take antibacterial medication for your entire life, right? You take it for a period of time. Dr. Hill has stated that taking oregano every single day is not going to be harmful to you. But there still is some contention about whether you or not you should take it. You know, that's why on a maintenance basis, I take just On Guard.
That's why I was asking. I didn't realize On Guard or oregano was in the On Guard Plus.
Right. So that's why I take On Guard as a maintenance thing. And then when I really need to kick it into high gear, I do the On Guard Plus.
Okay.
And then I stop taking the On Guard Plus. However, it's not like one of the things, Philip, I need you to go.
Why?
One of the things, he's a ham.
I was egging him on. Sorry.
I just love seeing him. I gave him a kiss.
I know.
So, Philip Edward Rapp, 1.
The middle name.
Yes. He's a ham, and he just thinks it's so fun to be on this thing. Anyways.
So that makes sense, though, Pam. It's like you don't take antibiotics daily, you know, if you were using a penicillin antibiotic type thing.
Right.
Antifungal, antibiotic, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take, 7 days and then you're done.
Right.
If that's what you're using. So we should probably look at those type oils as using it when you need it, when you are getting sick, when you do have that issue, not daily as a preventative.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes
and then
sense.
As far as the liver, in order to avoid having those ketones, because they leave ketone markers in the system.
I am putting this back.
They leave ketone markers in the system, in the liver. And so in order to help flush those ketones out, drinking lemon water or some type of detoxifier like Zendocrine or just lemon every day, or helps to flush it, or Slim and Sassy, one of those. But lemon is actually one of the best filter flushes there is. And so just putting a couple drops of lemon in your water every day to help flush your liver out is one of the safest and best things to do. Should do that anyways, really, because we should be working on, seriously, if you just make a practice of every day drinking a couple drops of lemon in your water, the water in and of itself is going to help your skin and your system, but the lemon is going to be flushing it. What is the biggest filter in our body? It's our skin. And so you're going to start having clearer, healthier skin, and you're going to have it's going to help flush the lymph system. It's going to help flush the livers. It's going to help flush the kidneys. So it's a really good practice to get into. Mm-hmm. Another one that you want to be careful of taking on a consistent basis like that would be wintergreen, because wintergreen is 95% methyl salicylate, which is aspirin. So just like you don't want to take aspirin, every single day, for
wintergreen.
Mm-hmm. So wintergreen is a great pain reliever, just like aspirin is, because it's basically is aspirin. And so it's really good to, like, if you have an acute pain somewhere, to put it on or to take it. You can take it internally, but for chronic pain, there's obviously something happening with the chronic pain. So if you're having that chronic pain, you need to try to find the source, and start really working on finding that source, and not using wintergreen as a crutch, basically. So that's another one that you want to be careful of, because that can leave ketones in your liver as well. So, yeah. So again, flush with lemon if you're taking these things, right? So,
okay.
What?
There's not really a list. You just have to learn that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we talking about Deep Blue, and it comes with this the special cap on it, the child preventive cap.
Yeah.
But there's more oils that we can't take internally, and that's why they put that on here. Am I correct?
No, because Breathe you're not supposed to take internally, but they don't have that cap on there. Deep Blue, I think it's because of the numbing effect. If you ever put it on your tongue, it actually will numb your tongue. Mm. And and so I think that it's more because of that, because it could cause numbing and possibly numb your throat too. And so I think that's why they have it in a protective cap that way. But I mean, really, Breathe kind of makes your I put my On Guard in here and I didn't shake it and I just drank it, and my lips were
I know, right? Because I had been weeks ago. Yes, I know. And then we have the little bar scan codes on our bottles now. And is that starting to work yet, that we can look up all the information?
I don't know. I have never tried it.
Me either. And I was just curious because we've been talking about that a lot lately.
Yeah. Have either of you tried it?
No.
No, I'm gonna have to try that sometime, because it's kind of fun to see where they're from and stuff. But
what I do I like that, but I also like that all of our ingredients are on all of our bottles, where companies don't have all of their ingredients listed on all of their stuff. I had to ask a friend, what's in this? She's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, what happens if one of your children get into this?
Yeah.
I'll have to print off the sheet. Do you have time for that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I do like that too.
Yes.
So that bar thing you're talking about, where do you scan it?
Well, you get a QR scanner on your phone.
Oh.
And then it just automatically brings you to the source to you thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the source to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you just there's lots of free QR scanner apps on the Google Play Store or Apple Store, whatever phone you have. They've got those free QR scanners, and so you just have to get that. And it works through your camera on your phone. So, yeah. So is that everything?
I did have something maybe we can talk about one week. Is it the Itivo?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
If anybody has that. And
yeah, Kathy has one. Kathy has one. So maybe I'll enlist her to maybe next.
Britt has one. I've done hers a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
But just, does it pay for itself? I know they're just super expensive, and what's the best way to go? The monthly thing, and I don't know.
Yeah, see, I know how to do muscle testing, so it's easier for me to just put the oils in your, do muscle testing on you. However, you have to go through every single oil when you do muscle testing, whereas this Itivo just reads it right off the palm of your hand, and then for me, I would use that. Sorry, my phone. I would use that Itivo and get the list of oils that it says, and then do muscle testing from there to say, okay, what do you need with these oils? But I have never got one, and they are kind of cool. I know that, but I'll have ask Kathy if next month she can have her Itivo available and show us how it works and talk about it a little bit, because that's
just is it worth the money? Is it a good you know, I know you can use it as a promo to, you know, if you book a party or whatever, I'll give you a free scan. Of course, I would think all of them would be free, but I guess
Well,
not.
you have
I've
to
heard.
pay for them. You know, you have to pay for the machine. That's the thing.
Right.
And like you said, the machine is not cheap.
Yeah.
And so you know, when I do muscle testing on a person, I'll charge good $55 because it takes that long to go through products and everything.
Yeah.
And
Like,
you know,
I think that I would think everybody was hokey if somebody would come to a party with one of those machines. Like, what in the world? A friend of mine bought one, and I haven't used it yet, but yeah, I thought she was hokey about going to get one. So I'm like,
the premise behind it is good because it's like a biofeedback, and so it like sends an electrical impulse into your hand, which then runs through your system, and when it comes back, it reads the feedback, like what layers it had to go through, the frequency basically that comes back, and then it's able to, with that, kind of tell where you have issues in your body. So the science behind it is really cool.
It is. I've read it.
Yeah, but it is kind of weird, you know, especially if you're not familiar with muscle testing or biofeedback of any type, and it's like, no, that's kind of weird, but the science behind it is good. It's just, you know,
and the results from people have been really good as far as what they're missing, you know, their body.
Would probably tell me I was dying.
You what?
I said it would probably tell me you're dying. You're there's no help for you.
I don't think so.
Sorry, no oil in the world's gonna take care of you. No, I'm just kidding. Or we don't have an oil for that. Sorry.
there's yeah, that's funny. No, it wouldn't. It would have some things for you to work on. But at any rate, yeah, that's a good subject. We'll have Kathy, and you know what? You should tune in on that one next time, Teresa, because if Kathy does agree to talk on it, you know, she's doing Diamond Club, and so trying to get it down is near to impossible.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it whenever. I just wanted to add it to the list or something.
Yeah, I think it's a great list. Or like you said, if Kathy can't do it, maybe Britt can.
Yeah.
So.
Now, I wanted to add something. You had made a comment. Is there anything else when you were talking about protection against the threats that are happening right now? I did think about something else, and that was rose oil.
Oh.
So your participants and your viewers are going to want to know about rose oil because some might not have heard how good it is.
Mm-hmm. Yes, rose oil. In fact, at convention, Emily Wright was saying that rose oil, like,
JoJo.
Oh my goodness, rose oil like is right up there with frankincense. So yeah, rose oil is a great support for the immune system, and it's a very great support for the heart and heart issues, emotional and physical. So yeah,
it helped her daughter with something.
Yes, it helped her daughter with she did rose and melaleuca, and it helped her daughter
with a life-threatening.
Yes, with the life-threatening thing, which consists, nobody say it, okay, but it has 4 letters. 4 letters. Okay? Don't say it though. So we can't, because this is going to go on YouTube. I can't say that. So
can you say ASRM or whatever?
Oh yeah. Put that in a mirror and then figure it out, right?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's even been said that it's even up there and goes past what On Guard does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's even better. So it's a good one to have. It is a little pricey. It takes 8,000 roses to make a 5 milliliter bottle, but it is wonderful. It's good for the skin. It smells wonderful. It's really good to have around.
Yes, it is. It is. I love it.
Mm.
And my 8-year-old, he loves it. He's like, he's like, is that the rose one?
Oh.
I'm always looking forward to that. So.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Stop.
All right, so we all have either fur babies or
Yes.
8-year-old babies that we're dealing with.
Hey, I ain't got no baby.
You are lucky.
Yeah, my babies are growing up and they got babies of their own and they're not here.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep. All right, lady.
Here.
Well, thank you so much for. If there's no more questions or anything, it's an hour, so I don't
Okay.
want to take your time any past that. I really, 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 really appreciate you coming to this meeting, and I love all of your questions and interaction. That helps so much. And everybody who watches this recording, I hope that you want to join us next month. It will be November 16th. So that's the week before Thanksgiving.
That's good.
So, yeah. So November 16th at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Which confuses me, and that's why I'm late.
What?
I said, which confuses me, and that's why I'm late.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh, it started already.
Yes, well, so Teresa's in Rockford, Illinois, right?
Mm-hmm.
Close to Rockford. Shirley's in where you're in Washington.
Oregon.
Or you're in Oregon. Okay, where in Oregon?
Boring Oregon.
Oh. Well, it's a good thing you moved there to spice it up, right?
I know, right?
And Stacy and I are here in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So we're from 3 different time zones right here. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So thank you so much for attending, and it was wonderful seeing all of your beautiful faces, although I just see a dark silhouette of Teresa.
Oh.
I can't really see her. So thank you all for coming, and it was lovely, and I look forward to seeing you next month.
Okay, have a great weekend. Thanks, Pam.
Bye, everybody. See ya.
Thanks. Bye-bye.